Hello and welcome to another electronic assembly video. In this video I will assemble this 4-digit digital clock kit by Vigurtime. It's a very nice little clock. Vigurtime has really neat kits. They're very easy to produce, that's another thing. They're easy to assemble and they work every time I've tried them. And they're very simple, as you can see. Very few parts. It comes with a battery pack and an outlet, a wall plug-in to the a USB plug-in right here. If you want to use it, so you can use either one to power this thing. So let's get started. I'll go over to the assembly table and we will begin. Okay. Vigurtime 4-digit digital clock kit. Instruction manual. This one I don't have to print out because it comes with the instruction manual and a basic schematic design and everything you need to know to get started. Principal overview. 4-digit digital clock VT15 is a simple and practical DIY kit for soldering. The kit mainly takes the microcontroller STC8H1K08 as the core and uses the internal timer of the microcontroller to realize the timing function. Under the premise of realizing the timing function, the microcontroller uses GPIO to drive 3 peripherals, including digital tubes, buzzers, and buttons. The digital tubes are used to display relevant information such as time and setting parameters, and the buzzer is used to play the key operation, prompt tone, and alarm tone, and the key is used to set the clock. Tools you may need: a soldering iron, which we have here, some solder wire, which I have, with Phillips screwdriver, which we have, diagonal pliers, rosin sponge pad, and a solder iron tip cleaner, which we have everything. So the components lists include a PCB board, an IC chip, which is the STC8H1K0836I TSSOP20, which is the U1. 2 of the 10,000 resistor and 1 of the 330 ohmega 1/4 watt resistor, an electrolyte capacitor, 2 ceramic capacitors, a triode, a crystal HC49 12 millihertz, a tact switch, a buzzer, a digital tube, DC power socket, a power cable, 4 screws, 2 hexagon plastic columns, a battery case, and this instruction manual. So this is a little schematic diagram of how the clock works and all this, and everything. So let's get to the instructions. And this is the battery case. The USB cable to power, if you're using it that way. There's a battery case as well. There's 2 different ways to power this thing. The digital clock display. The set of screws to mount the battery case. Then you got the PCB board itself with the clock setting instructions. And the resistors, the two ones, the one resistor, the two ceramic capacitors, the plug-in for the USB cable, a whatever this is, it's that metal thing. There's two switches. There's another little capacitor. Here's a set, and this is the I think it's a crystal right in there. So here we're going to start putting the pieces on. I've heated up the soldering pen, so we're ready to begin. You can see everything's already marked. These are very easy to put together. I like this kit, so I bought it again for this video. So let's get started. Okay, so first we need to install the resistors, capacitors, buttons, and crystal. So first, let's install the two of the 10K, the 10,000 resistors, which you can see right here. You can see the color code. I guess you can't see that from way in there. It's out of focus. But anyway, they're the 10,000 resistors that go in R1 and R2 position. So they're pretty good. These two are R1 and R2, which is a 10,000. Okay, and we'll put the R3, which R3 is okay. You can see the three resistors in there. So this is pretty simple. It's not a crowded board, so yep, it works. This is gonna work pretty good. It works pretty well. Okay. Here we go. And there. We fix those. Oh. buttons. The capacitors. Let's do the capacitors next. The capacitors, the electrolyte capacitor, which is 1, which is this capacitor right there, electrolyte capacitor, which it's polarized, so positive and negative, so you have to get them right. The positive goes where the plus is, and okay, the longer end goes on the plus side, and the shorter end is the white or negative side. So that's that. And then so ceramic capacitors, which are C2 and C3. These ceramic capacitors right here, they have no polarity, so this is a 20. So 20 PF, it shows right here the 20 PF. Okay, just a minute, gotta get some more solar wire. Brand new solar wire. And then pick this up again and finish. Um, buttons. These buttons here. These are the buttons K2, K1, and K2. Buttons are K1 and K2. Oh. Okay. I have this mirror right here where I can see where everything is. And looks really, really good. And then next, install and solder in the electric pad. I already did that. Install the buzzer. Okay, install the buzzer. The plus is in the plus position. So this is the buzzer. And the plus needs to go in the plus position, which is right there. So just gotta put it here in the light where I can see. There. I'm okay. That one needs a little bit more soldering work. I gotta flatten that. Okay, that works. Okay, the buzzer's on. We need to solder the triode. It has polarity. The triode. I got it. There. Okay. Now let's solder the 4-digit digital tube. Okay. We'll do that next with this thing. You gotta make sure the dots correspond with the dots down there like this. Okay. Okay. Quickly take this off. Oh, that's bent. Those are bent. Those got bent. Okay. That had a hard time getting that on because things bent, but I got it on okay. Okay, and now I need to put the switch on. on the front, on the back here. You do it like this on the back. Mm-hmm. Okay, that should be enough. You can see it's mounted securely on the back. Okay, and I'm going to install a battery case now because I can use the battery case if I need to. But also because it's used as a stand. I have this one from one of the other kits that I'll use for the screwdriver. And just keep unscrewing it in. And then put the other screw right here. You can see the screws right there. Okay. Now this right here. Okay, there it is. We could use it as is, but I will do the last thing, and that is to solder the terminals on positive and negative, which are right here, which is just kind of a little bit more difficult. Once you get used to it, it's pretty easy though. What you gotta do is you gotta put a little solder right here. It's easier to do it this way. And then do it that way, and then the red goes here on the red one. What you could just do is you can just like that looks pretty good. See, it's right there. I do the same to the other one. Okay, that looks perfect actually. You can see how good they are. They're like, the silver is totally covering those two. So that actually looks really good. Most of the soldering looks really good. Looks like you got everything. These four for the ground, the VCC, TX, RX, and ground, which okay, and now this is the USB cable. You put it right here. There you go. Okay, take this strip off, the protector strip. There you go. And then plug it in. Let's get this instruction manual out of the way. And okay, we'll just turn the light off for a few seconds. There you go. Now I will set it later. We'll actually test it on the testing thing for saving it. Just a moment, but okay, this works. We got this case for two batteries, two AA batteries here, and you can also use 9-volt DC, the DC cord as well. You can plug it into a USB plug-in. This is a really nice looking. You can put it like this. It can stand up like that on a desktop. I have more than one of these. I made a couple of others. One, of course, is right here. This is my one. I don't have it plugged in, but that's the one that's on the soldering desk. All three of them work. So, there you go. Turn out the soldering iron, and there you have it. I'll go over to the testing desk now, the testing station, and we can try it out and use some of the settings, see how it works. So let's go. Here is the clock. Let me put this right here. There you go. Okay, you can see it says 12 o'clock. Exactly. Everything works like it should. So here's the manual. We're going to try out the different functions. Setting time. LPK1 to enter the time setting mode. K1. K1. Let's see. And then if you want to okay, so it I'm going to look right here at what time it is on my phone. It is okay. It is actually 9:47 right now in the evening when I'm taping this. So there, you can also set the alarm clock, which I'm not going to do right now. Maybe in the future in another video, if I review all of these things that I've created, I will set an alarm clock, but it won't be today. So you can also power this by 2 AA batteries, which I won't do tonight, but there you have it. The Vigurtime 4-digit alarm clock. So, I hope you've enjoyed this electronic assembly video. Now things are starting to get a little bit more advanced. I have a bunch of kits that I am going to build, so you'll be seeing many more of these electronic assembly videos in the future. I'm really excited to put them together, and we'll see where this series goes from here. So, I'll see you in the next video.